Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to BWTM Sports. Tonight we have a special guest, a returning guest, all the way from Leeds in Bristol, the trainer and owner of the Training Cave Boxing Gym in Bristol, West Yorkshire, Jack Sunderland. Jack, are you with us?
Ingram, you all right, bud?
Jack?
Have you got us?
Maybe not. Jack, are you there? Can you hear us?
Ingram, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Let's try
Ingram,
again. Hold on a second. Hold
hello?
on. Jack?
Ingram? Hey, mate, you all right?
Let's try now. Jack, can you hear us?
Hello? Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
No, Jack, you're muted, and I don't know why you're muted. Why are you muted, Jack? You should be muted. Let's try this here.
I don't know, mate.
Are you you've been muted? I don't know why. Hold on a second. Let's try again. There.
Hello?
Hello, Jack.
Can you hear me now?
Are you there? Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, good.
How are you?
I'm good, mate. Are you?
I'm good. How are things? How are things been?
Yeah, all right. You been busy?
A little busy here and there. I've been traveling in the Caribbean, because of my grandmother passed away.
Yeah,
But
yeah, sorry
back
about
here, that's all good, all good, all good. Celebrated her life rather than mourned over it. But
that. You've got to, mate.
um,
She won't want you to be upset.
absolutely, absolutely. So, big news. When I first read or heard about New Kids on the Block, I thought you were going to be or some sort of album, or you became a promoter.
Yeah, yeah, I did have a few people say to me, "Is this a boy band?" But I didn't mean it like that. I thought it was a good name for the show. I thought that the new kids, the new boxers, new kids on the block. And I completely forgot that there were an actual boy band called the
Yes.
Block. So yeah,
So, what inspired the name for the actual show?
what's that? Sorry,
What inspired the name for the show?
because we're a new gym. They're all new boxers. So the new kids on the block, aren't they? They're coming to take over.
Okay, well, that sounds great. So, for people who don't know, and I don't know how they wouldn't know who you are, Jack, now by now, just remind people as to who you are, where you're based, and what you do.
Yeah, so I'm Jack Sunderland. I own the Training Cave Boxing Gym. We're based in Birstall, Batley, West Yorkshire. Been going about 18 months now, and we're just setting. We've got a little stable of fighters coming through. We've got our first show on the December 1st, which is what we're here to talk about today.
So, the first show, how did it come about? What made you decide it was time for you to move from being on everyone else's show to having your own show?
I think it was time. I think because as team's pretty big now. Last season we only got about 6 months worth of competing in last season. So all the lads were sort of just having skills fights, having a couple of bouts. But now they're getting there now. They've all had, most of them have had fights. Got some new ones coming through having skills, and I'd built up a lot of contacts last season, and it was time for us to not only compete in front of our own supporters, but we needed to repay a lot of clubs as well that give us a shot. So, yeah, it's perfect timing for this first show now.
So, okay, you've got the first show. What the destination, the place? What made you choose where you're going to be, obviously hosting this event, and where is it?
It's a massive gym called Brain and Brawn in Morley in Leeds. I used to work there myself. I worked there for over a year, personal training, and I would helping to sort of do one-to-ones with fighters and keep fitters and stuff like that. So I sort of like I built up my personal training business in that gym, and I still train there a couple of times a week. So I'm I'm on good terms with the gym, with the people that work there, and I knew that they'd be able to help me out. They host a lot of shows there themselves, MMA shows, and Thai boxing shows and stuff like that. So I knew they already had the setup and the organisation to do it. So it made sense.
Okay, fair enough. So now you've decided to do the show. What's been going on behind the scenes that most people wouldn't know that you can let us know tonight about?
Yeah, so obviously, I suppose the obvious is training the boxers up for that show. They have been competing in between as well, some of them, but that obviously the first is the big one. It's on the mind, but not just the gym work. It's everything else that's going with it. Obviously, I'm doing everything. I'm matchmaking the show. I'm organising everything. The ring set up, the show set up, organising the officials, the referee, the MC, the doctor, and I've just got the trophies today. So everything's on me. So I'm the complete organizer. Not really had much help from anyone. I asked for it, but I am completely doing everything. So we've got about 16 fights matched up at the moment. So that could be the main headache, is the matchmaking. There's only been 1 or 2 pullouts so far. No doubt there's going to be more leading up to it. So I'm going to be really pulling my hair out.
So okay, let's talk about matchmaking. The most important thing is obviously you would know your fighters need to be in a certain type of shape, and you're going to expect to have certain quality before you put them out on the show. Because if you don't, it doesn't look good for you.
No.
So talk to us about the criteria. What you expect of your fighters or your boxers before they go on that show. What's the tick mark for you, Jack?
They've got to be mentally and physically ready, haven't they? They've got to be doing the work in the gym consistently, and they've got to be proving to not just me but the other coaches in our gym that they want it, that they want to be on this show. So it's hard for me to sort of pinpoint it over a video. Like it's through experience, seeing with your own eyes in the gym. But
yeah, but what I mean is,
go on, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. You go.
No, just saying that the lads can't be sort of blowing out of their asses in training. They've got to be fully on it. They've got to be fully prepared.
Okay. But you see, everybody's going to want to be on that card because it's the home card. It's the historically first card.
Yeah.
There are going to be some people going to be disappointed, clearly, if they haven't been doing the work. So, go ahead.
What if they haven't been doing the work?
Yeah, obviously, if they haven't been doing the work, then they're not going to be on the card.
Yeah, then they should have been doing the work, shouldn't they? I've given them enough warning. They've known about this show for a long time, and I keep saying what they need to do. You can only repeat yourself so many times. But it's not just about being prepared as well. These things that happen, these pullouts. We've already had 2 lads bouts fall through because other clubs can't even make it, or the opponent's injured or poorly or whatever. That's out of my hands, is that. There's nothing I can do about that. The lads just need to understand that there's going to be another time for them to fight. It's just, they're just going to have to sort of deal with it and just get on with it. That's life, I suppose, isn't it? But if they're not preparing proper, then that's on them, isn't it? And I suppose it's a nice lesson for them to learn.
What about matchmaking? What have you had to, what do you need to do as a matchmaker? Are you trying to set up 50-50 fights? Are you trying to set up fights where your fighters are guaranteed to win? What are people going to expect when they come to these shows?
No, but I'll be honest, all my lads they're either equally matched or it's probably 60-40 in other favour, because I want them to have it tough. I don't want them to just get in there and be winning easy. And that's not nice, isn't it? I've been telling them to prepare. I'm not lying to them, and they need to understand that. So when they get in that ring on 1st of December, they'll find out and they'll learn a lot about themselves, and they'll learn a lot about the club. The other people watching will learn a lot about the club. Our lads are up against good gyms, they're up against good fighters, because people are paying good money to come and watch us, and I want the people that are paying to come and watch to say, wow, there's some top fighters on that bill. And I don't care whether it's our fighters or as opponents. I want everybody to be entertained, and the match 50-50 or 60-40 mainly. And I've got other clubs coming that are cross-matching as well. There's some good fights. there is some good fights on. I know off the top of my head, I couldn't name one fight where I think we're going to win easy, because we're not. There's not one that I could name.
Okay, but it's your first show, so I mean, it's ambitious. You are definitely guaranteeing value for money, as they say. Many promoters doing pay-per-view shows would say they do value for money. I think a lot of us may disagree. But from an amateur side of things, you're looking for your first show to put on 60-40 fights. Would it not be better? I don't know. Would it not be better in your first show to have more fights your guys are winning because it's the first show? What's made you come to the decision that you think you want to have 60-40 fights right from the start?
It's just for that simple fact in it that I want people to be entertained. I don't want people to be paying money to come and watch a show to see us, to see our lads just knocking people over. I don't believe in that, and I believe in.
You might be good anyway. Your fighters might be good anyway. To be knocking people over, they may be good fighters. So
yeah. Well, if they're good enough to do it, then fair play to them. Then they're showing me that they're good enough to compete at that high level. Because there's some of them that I'll be putting in championships at the back end of this season, and I need to know that they can beat these fighters.
But okay, that sounds all well and good, and it sounds great. And I've got to ask you the question: you put your fighters in, you've got confidence. If every fighter on the show that you put in a 60-40, and they end up losing those fights, at the back end of that, how do you respond to that for your first show, for example?
I'm confident that a lot of them are going to give us a good display, because the ones that have probably 60-40 or 55-45, they're as good lads as the ones that are on form. Do you know what I mean? I've done it.
Yeah.
I know some boxers that need that challenge, and I know the boxers that need the confidence builders. The ones that need the confidence builders probably got maybe a little bit more chance of winning, or they're in the 50-50. The ones that I know that can step up to the plate, that I've seen step up to the plate, they're the ones that have got it a bit tougher. And this will just be a test of their character, because they're fighting in front of the family, in front of their friends. And it'll say to me how far I think they can go.
Okay. Again, let me go back to this thing about matchmaking. I really want to exhaust it a bit. The matchmaking thing. When you're matchmaking, for some people who don't understand, for the pro game, it's a bit different. You generally go to YouTube and you can see who's fighting who, and you know what the guy's like. Yeah, you can do amateur boxing at the higher end of amateur boxing, but how do you know? Like, if you've got a guy that's got a record of 3 fights, maybe 2 losses and 1 win, that might be deceiving, because that guy may have fought really 2 guys that have been very, very good, and he may have been matched hard. So how do you matchmake to ensure that your fighters are not stepping in with guys that are either over their head or too easy?
That's an hard one, really, because that's something you learn as you go along. You sort of learn your clubs as well. You know who are good clubs, who are average clubs, who aren't very good clubs, and everybody kind of knows each other as well in amateur boxing. So you can make a few phone calls if you're a bit unsure about. I do have a couple of close friends in boxing that I speak to, and it is a difficult one, mate. I've been yet to come across a match that's been completely out of hand so far on our point. I've been, whether it's lucky or been pretty good with it so far, but no, you've got a good point there, and it is tough in amateur boxing, because there's an online database, and there might be records on there, and there'll be comments saying, you know, maybe our kid's raw is overweight and matching with care and stuff. But then, what's to say there's some knockout? There might be some knockout artists. You don't know. It is a tough one, and you kind of you learn through experience with these things.
See, the other thing is, there's been I haven't personally known, but I've heard stories of fighters that have actually had boxed before, maybe on other code boxing, maybe beforehand. They've come into boxing, they've had an amateur record, and they've had the experience of fighting before, so they're not exactly a novice. How do you get around things like that, or can you get around things like that?
Yeah, it cut off a little bit then, Ingram. Were that about someone who might have had previous experience but they've not declared it? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. When they've had experience, it's not been declared.
Yeah, oh God.
And then they're going as a novice. They're putting themselves down as a novice.
Yeah.
But actually, they're not a novice.
Yeah, you do come across that quite a lot. And I was speaking to one of my coach mates the other day actually about this. That as an example, there's some development championships that happen where you can go in if you've had under 10 fights or under 20 fights.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
know
yeah.
myself, there's a lad from near us who just won a development championship, and I know for a fact he had probably 13 or 14 fights when he was a schoolboy, because I boxed in the same gym as him, but they'd started his record from scratch. And it's the coaches will have known, and I think it's bang out of order. Me personally, I mean, fair play to that lad for winning the championship. You're still got to be good to do it, but I still think it's well out of order. You've got to sort of trust clubs that they're telling the truth. We've got a lad that boxes for us. You've met him, Adam. He's 36. He had a couple of unlicensed fights. I've declared them. I don't see the point in lying. It's a tough one, is that England? It's a bit of a grey area. They're trying their best to clamp down on it. England boxing do require that you declare the bouts, but I suppose you can never prove it. Me as a coach, I wouldn't want to put in a lad who's had 20 bouts as a junior against a novice senior when he's a bit older, because he's going to win. And what's that doing for us? It's not proving anything. I suppose it's each to their own, isn't it? And it's what you want from being a club and as a coach, what you actually want out of your lads in your boxes. But no, I know what you're saying, mate. It's hard to pin them down. It's hard to pin them ones down unless you know them.
Interesting. Let's talk more about the show. Amateur show is the first show you're putting on. How you find it in terms of people receiving the idea of you having your first show and ticket sales and stuff like that? How's that been going for you so far?
It's been going all right. I'll be honest. There's not a lot of tickets that have been bought so far, but I kind of know how it works. I'm not stressing. When I boxed professionally and I had to sell tickets myself, no one bought any tickets until 2 weeks or a week before. A lot of them I were running around on day. I'd rather not be doing that this time, but I've sold like 60 tickets so far. I'm expecting probably another 100 to go before day, and then rest will probably pay on door. But I would advise people to just get the tickets in advance, because there's probably going to be a long queue. You may as well just have your ticket and get straight in. And I can't guarantee that everybody's going to get a ticket, because I'm pretty confident it's going to be a busy show.
The venue itself, how many people does the actual venue hold?
So it can hold 500 people, but you could probably take maybe 50 away from people working on the night, coaches, fighters, officials. So you're probably looking at about 400 to 450 people that could come and watch on the night if it were full.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yourself, if you were going to make an estimate, how many people that you'll get on the show for the night
to come and watch?
Yeah,
450.
That's it. That's the man. That's what I like to hear, Coach.
No, I don't know, mate. I'd be happy with 200. I'd be happy with 200, because then I'm covering my costs and stuff. Then, there's a lot of layout on the show, so if I could do that, I know I'm covered. I can breathe, and then beyond that, obviously, it's money towards the club and a bit of something for the coaches and a bit of payback for the time that we all put in.
Absolutely. Let's talk about the fighters, because they're the ones that are actually going to be a part of the show. Without them, you actually don't have a show, which is pretty obvious. Let's talk about them. I mean, I have to say that the 2 times that BWTM or myself has been down to the gym or up to the gym, I'm coming from south up north, I would say it's been a great experience. The community, the fighters, there's a family spirit at the club. Something that I don't see much around a lot of amateur gyms. I see a lot of gyms where guys can come in and go out, or girls can come in and come out the gym and not be noticed. But in your gym, everybody in that gym, and it is very much like a family. And everybody in the gym, whether it be the trainers, the fighters, the parents, they all say the same thing about the gym. That community spirit. Why is it like that at the training cave?
I think that's sort of I strive for from the beginning, from opening the gym. that's the sort of atmosphere and feel that I want. I want people to come in the gym and feel welcome when they first come in, because boxing gyms are pretty. They're quite. They're a bit of a horrible place to walk into when you're not used to them, aren't they? So I want people. I want new people to come in and feel welcome. The people that are in here, I want them to. I like the fact that they call it a family. I do take my time and to know everybody, and I put a lot of time into that. And it's not through just wanting to build a business, which at the end of the day, that's what it is. It's a business, but I genuinely care for everybody that comes in the gym, especially with the boxers. I spend a lot of time with them. I spend more time with my boxers than I probably do my missus and my own family. So that's how much they mean to me. And yeah, they probably are an extended family.
So, how many fighters that we've seen from the training cave and we've featured on the channel, how many of those fighters will actually be fighting on the night that you know of at the moment offhand?
So I've had a couple of pullouts and what have you. So I've definitely got, at the moment, there's 9 of ours that are down. So there's 16 bouts we can have in total on the night, and we've got other clubs coming that are matched against each other, and then there's 9 of ours that are matched at the moment. So yeah, there'll be some names that you've done on videos that are on it. For example,
Yeah.
do you know on the last video you did where Noah and Jack were messing around and others feel really
what do you think of the video of Noah and Jack?
Oh God, they could have their own YouTube channel, them two, couldn't they? So, yeah, there's them two. Freddie Phillips, he's fighting on it. He's one of the ones who's in form. He's got a tough fight, I keep telling him. Harry Avis, he's on it. We've got Adam Rhodes, who you spoke to, the one who's had a couple of unlicensed. He's fighting on it. There's what else is now top of my head? Aaron, he had a little video of us doing pads with Aaron. He just had a fight that week. He already had a fight coming up. He's got his next one. And then we've got a couple of like little ones that have come through that are having their skills, and I'm excited by them.
Okay, fantastic. Any girls fighting yet, or is that something you're working on in the future?
No, we're working on it. I'm still sort of doing my, Beth Walsh.
Yes.
Me and Beth still train like every Friday. I train Beth every Friday, and she's just had a school holidays. I trained her a couple of days there. She spars now and again with some of the girls in as beginners classes, and she's just sort of finding her feet with it. Obviously, she's playing for Leeds United at football. She's a very talented girl. But I think it's pretty much on cards that she's going to box. So maybe as next home show, end of February, she might make a debut then. But we'll just see. We'll see. But she's probably be his first one. There's a couple that are waiting in wings, but I don't know if they really want to box.
Okay. How's Dana, by the way? Good ask.
Yeah, she's all right. She's just sticking to all the fitness classes at the moment. She's doing the boxing, but she's not really getting in and sparring and stuff. I don't know if she's just building her confidence back up or not. I don't know. I think she's just finding her feet. I need to speak to her about it, really. I've been a bit slack with that. But she's in nearly every night. She's doing fitness classes. She's super fit, trains hard. She don't miss a beat in gym.
Absolutely. So, Brandon, what's going on with Brandon Braley? Is it Brandon Braley?
The little beast.
Yes, the little beast.
Yeah, he had his first fight. He had his first fight like a couple of weeks ago, and he won. We're chuffed to bits. Yes. He was brilliant, Ingram. Seeing where that lad's come from, you might have seen some of my posts about him, but say like it would have been over a year ago now, about maybe 15 months ago when he first came in gym, and he were obviously we're overweight, he were getting bullied and stuff like that, and he's dropped all the way. It's on my side of it. And then sorry, Lucy's here. So he dropped all that weight. We've had a couple of skills and stuff like that, and it was time to throw him in, and he got the win. He was superb. Couldn't put a foot wrong. And then he's got another fight this Friday. Actually, he's fighting again this Friday, and he's matched up on his home show. So he's going to be on the road.
Fantastic. Wishing him all the best, Brandon. If you're watching, all the best. So we've talked about the show, more or less the show, the venue, where so if people are going to find the venue, how are they going to book tickets? How would you suggest it's best for them to get the tickets from you, Jack?
Well, people locally, the best is to come down to the gym and collect them. So you could contact us through Facebook or Instagram. It's Training Cave, or by my number. If you just Google Training Cave, my mobile number comes up. You can send an email. We could arrange something. If you're a little bit further away, maybe I could send them by post or something. Otherwise, pay on the door, take the risk, and turn up on the night and hope to get in.
So it's £12 at the moment for the show, right? Let me make sure I get the tickets right. £12 for the tickets, right?
Yeah.
On the door, is it going to be more on the door? Or is it still £12 on the door as well?
No, but it's still £12. Still be £12 on door.
Yeah. Okay, fantastic. So we've talked about the gym. We've talked about obviously the show, the fights. Oh, talk to me more about the actual card itself. I know you mentioned to me beforehand about there was maybe a Yorkshire title on board and of happening as well, and other clubs being on board on the card.
But I just got asked if I'd host it on the show. I'm quite lucky, really. I just got a call off one of my mates who is actually doing the ring on the show. He's building the ring, and I've already got a couple of his lads on, and he just said, my lad's got a shot at the Yorkshire title, but we're struggling to get a venue. Do you fancy putting it on your show? Yeah, too right, because the lad who is fighting, I'm friends with their gym as well, the Seacroft and Ebden Bridge, so I'm friends with both gyms, we're both coaches. I've not seen either of the lads fight, I don't think, or spar, but I know the decent lads have got good records, and I think it'll be a right tear up because they're coming from good gyms that prepare the lads properly. So I'm excited by that one. I'm quite lucky; it kind of fell on my lap.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic. The other gyms that are going to be part of this. So you've mentioned your own gym. Obviously, you're going to be hosting the show. What are the other gyms that are going to be at your show?
Yeah, so we've actually got a lad from Ingle Gym coming. So there's them. There's KBW, the gym that I used to coach at. So they've got a couple of lads on. There's a couple of lads. One lad that I used to help train, Lewis Benson. He's a very good fighter. He's fighting. There's Platinum Boxing Academy from Bradford, which their coach actually used to be my coach, Dave Nelson. So I probably owe him a slot for the rest of my life on my shows. Then there's Rawkeys Gym, which are quite a new gym. They set up a similar time to me. I'm good friends with Kev there. They're on. We've got Seacroft Select, Ebden Bridge. We've got Steel City. Have you heard of? There were Charlie Edwards who just boxed recently.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the gym where he's from. We've got one of their lads on, which are a good gym. So yeah, we've got some good clubs coming. There's Legions in York and a lot of them. SYD, a main club, SYD in Nottingham. These are all clubs that have they've either helped me out in past or I speak to them a lot, and I trust that I'm going to trust that they're going to be there, for the show, and there's going to be no letdowns. In fact, I just did a match for one of Henry Wharton's lads as well, so Henry Wharton will be there.
Henry Wharton, legendary Henry Wharton.
It's weird. It's like names like that, when you're like up phone and I'm thinking, I'm speaking to Henry Wharton here. He's all right. I see him. Yeah, it's crackers. So yeah, there's some real some good fights on. There's a young lad called Dave Mooney fighting as well. He's 13. He's had about 40 fights. So he's an experienced.
What?
Yeah.
You say he's 13 and had 40 fights? Wow.
Yeah, he's had a lot of fights, yeah. So he's on. He's got a good bout against a lad from Liverpool. So it should be interesting.
Wow, it looks like it's going to be a hell of a night. So what time does it kick off then?
The doors are going to open at 6 o'clock, and we're looking to start the fights at 7, about 7, hopefully, as long as everything runs smoothly.
Okay, and what time would you say you think everything would be finished by, in your opinion?
We're starting at 7. I'm hoping that the boxing don't run on any later than 11 o'clock, really, and then everybody can get themselves off and out if they want. With it being a Saturday night, there is a bar at the show, so everybody can have a few drinks and stuff. But I'm sure with it being a Saturday night, they're wanting to go out as well. So hopefully, I'd like to be done for like 11 o'clock ish, but We'll see, won't we? I mean, me personally, I probably won't leave till early hours in the morning after I've cleaned up and stuff. But looking at the show to be done for 11.
Now, there's a big fight that's going to be happening on Saturday night. Fury versus Wilder.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
God, we've talked about this a lot, haven't we, Ingram? It's
Yeah.
I've still got to go with Fury. Because I just think he's too. I think he's too good, and he's too awkward for Wilder. I just think Wilder lives by his name. He's wild. He ain't got a great technique. As in, I do like Tyson Fury as a boxer. I think he's a very good boxer, and I'm backing Fury. I just wish he'd have sticked with his Uncle Peter, and I'd have put all my money on it. But I think Tyson Fury. What do you think?
Well, it's an interesting thing as a trainer. Now, a young trainer. A lot of people say Ben Davison, young trainer, 25 years old.
Yeah,
you're a young yourself, Jack. Do you feel any way, shape, or form when people say, Davison is a young trainer, he's only 25 years old? What does he know about boxing? Do you feel that way yourself as a trainer? Can you understand where Ben Davison is? Or do you think at 25, you still need to learn a bit more?
I suppose he's there for a reason, though, isn't he? So Tyson must have seen something in him. I don't know. I suppose Shane McGuigan's a young coach. I think he's the same age as me, and look at the fighters he's training.
But you say that, and I'm not being disrespectful to Shane McGuigan here.
Yeah.
Because that's. But is that not because of his name rather than what he does?
Yeah, you said it before me. Probably, yeah.
I'm not saying Shane McGuigan is not a good trainer.
No, but I think he is a good trainer. But I think it helps having that leg up, doesn't it? I think it helps having that little
exactly.
bit. Yeah. But
exactly. If I change your name,
I'm not. It's no jealousy or anything like that. You know, I do sometimes think it's about who you know, and not always about what you know.
Well, if your last name was McGuigan, do you think it'd be different?
Yeah, definitely, I do.
So, I think at 25 years old, you can have enough knowledge to be able to guide a fighter in his most dangerous fight of his career at the highest level of boxing. Or do you? No. And how much does Tyson lose not having experience of Peter Fury in his corner?
Yeah, I think they did just years and years and years of knowledge in Peter Fury's head that Ben Davison just don't have. And you can read all the books you want, you can watch all the videos you want, but he ain't got that. He won't have the same in-gym experience. He won't know how Tyson really clicks when it comes to fight night and when he's going to dig deep. I don't know, mate. Personally, I wouldn't want to be in that position at the stage I'm at. I don't think I could take a heavyweight. I don't think I could take Tyson Fury to win a world title, but that might be why I've got a little amateur gym in Bristol and Ben Davison's training Tyson Fury. I don't know, but that's just where I'm sort of looking at it. I get what you're saying, though. I know what you're saying. Did you listen to Joe Rogan podcast with Tyson Fury?
No, I didn't. I haven't got around to listen
to that because Fury tells the story of why Ben Davison trains him. And do you know the story?
No, I don't.
Right, so they were sat outside a bar in Marbella, him and Ben Davison and some other people that were out there training. And apparently they saw two birds walk past his Fury, and he said to Ben Davison, if you go get them girls' numbers, you can be my trainer. And that's basically what he did. He went and got the numbers, and that's why Tyson Fury now employs him, apparently, as his trainer. That's the story that he told on Joe Rogan podcast. So I don't know whether that's a world champion setup or not. I don't know, but that's apparently how the story goes.
Tyson's a world-class liar, I can tell you that much.
Right.
Tyson will tell you one thing and he'll do something else. So it's another Tyson Fury story, so I don't know how true that is. Fury, depending on what side of the bed he gets at, is depending on what story he's going to tell you.
Yeah, I can imagine. Because I was listening thinking, this isn't right. This isn't right. But
From a fitness standpoint, because that's what you do, not just as a boxing trainer, but you personal trainer, taking off all that weight so quickly, does that have a detrimental effect on the body, particularly a man of the size of Tyson Fury?
yeah, I mean, mentally, it's going to have a positive impact on his brain because he's lost all that weight. He's going to be feeling so much better and faster, isn't he? But like, why did he let him get so out of shape? Anyway, I know we talk about like the mental illness and stuff like that, but end of the day, he's put himself in that situation on, going out drinking and partying, and that's where the weight's come from. He's put that food in his body and that drink in his body, hasn't he? And it's not very professional, is it? But he's done a great job at losing it. But we'll see how it carries into this fight, won't we? Because he's looking good now. I've seen videos and pictures of him, and he does look good. But he's going to be feeling a lot better than what he did at 300 and odd pound or whatever he weighed, or nearly 400 pound, whatever he got up to.
I mean, I had a theory that he went up to Big Bear Mountain because the altitude is high and the weight will drop faster. That's what I thought he went up to Big Bear for, because he couldn't shift the weight fast enough over here. So he went up to Big Bear to train up there to lose the weight faster.
Yeah, it won't be the altitude that's helping him lose the weight though. Maybe it's just the heat and the environment. He's probably got no other distractions up there, so he can train.
But that would open up his lungs, right? So
yeah, definitely. Yeah, brilliant. You train at high altitude. Yeah, it means that's been used for years, hasn't it? I mean, look, the Ingles are set up in. Is it Fuerteventura? They can train up at mountains up there, and yeah, these cyclists use it. There's a lot of athletes that use high altitude training. These altitude chambers now that you can go to. So massive impact. Yeah. It will have helped him because when he comes back down to normal level, it's like he's going to be using twice as much of the oxygen that's going in his body.
But he spent a lot of time. Most of his training camp has been about him losing weight. So now he goes in and fights Wilder, who's not going to worry about losing weight. He's just working technique.
Yeah. Now I know what you're saying. Yeah, this was probably a big problem with myself when I was boxing. I was probably training just to lose weight, and I want training to become a better boxer. And it will affect you. I do think that affects you in the long run. And if that's all Fiore's been doing, if his main focus has just been on losing weight and he's not been concentrating on his sparring and his pad work and the other important things, then he might get found out in this fight. But I suppose we'll see.
We'll soon find out. Just to close things off, I want to talk about a few things. The struggle of a lot of amateur gyms. There's a lot of struggle with gyms trying to make put shows on, and get a lot of attention, whereas a lot of, let's say, white collar shows attract a lot of attention. Why do you think this is?
I think that's I think it's a lot down to how it's all promoted. The white collar stuff, it's plastered all around Facebook and stuff. It's well advertised, and it's the way that it's been put on the social media side of things. And I just wish that. Well, I could say wish you've got to do things yourself. I mean, I'm pushing my gym. That's why I'm doing videos like this with you, Ingram, and it's why your business is doing so well, because it works, doesn't it? And
yes,
but England Boxing, and I hope that other clubs see what we're doing and they start to do something similar, because these young boxers, they need to be out there, they need to be pushed out there, they need to be seen. The same way that these, ultra white collar fighters that have trained for 8 weeks, they're getting probably nearly 1,000 people coming to watch them. And then I'm talking about hoping to get 400 people to a show where kids are training every single night. Not just kids, adults that are training every single night, going through struggles 6 or 7 days a week to entertain these people. They've been doing it for over a year, 18 months, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year. They deserve more recognition, and I hope that other clubs and the amateur game sort of catches up a little bit now. Maybe it's stuck a bit in the old school.
Well, do you think about this? An amateur boxer versus a white collar, and I'm not knocking anybody who does white collar boxing, but Dave,
I'm not knocking him. I'm not knocking him. Fair play.
Of course, of course,
yeah,
absolutely. But because we always want to make it clear that we're not digging at anybody, and we both are of the same wavelength of that, Jack. But the frustrating thing is you've got a person who's dedicated himself to the sport of boxing, who has been training, as you said, diligently, not for 2 or 3 months, but for years. Fighting at a high level, and they don't get the all the viewership that somebody who's just doing a white collar show gets, and they haven't got half the skill. That don't make any sense to me. How can that make sense? And then you've got at the other scale KSI and the other guy fighting from YouTube, and now I understand there's another YouTube guy that's been signed ready as well. Yeah. Where are we with this?
I know it's a bit of a joke, isn't it? I had like a little conversation. I mentioned his name earlier. I used to coach him at KBW, Lewis Benson. He's only like 14, 15. He's a young lad. He absolutely loves his boxing. On Instagram, your stories, you can do like ask me a question sort of thing. I was doing that, and everybody was asking me about this KSI fight, and I replied saying sort of like, I'm not bothered. Do you know what I mean? I don't know anything about these fighters. And Lewis inboxed me saying, Jack, you need to get with it. These are like the big things at the moment with the kids and all this sort of stuff. I just said, Lewis, you don't get my point, mate. It's lads like you that matter to me. Lads that are in the gym every single night, owning the skills, that have been doing it for years. They're the people I'm bothered about. I'm not bothered about a couple of YouTubers that have had an argument and have set up this fight. That to me ain't proper boxing. And I was trying to get through to him, and I think he probably understood in the end, but it's just, I find it frustrating. And I'm sure that these old school trainers out there that have probably been around 40, 50 years, and they probably don't even know what YouTube is, and they probably won't believe the kind of money that these people are making. And they'll have amateurs in the gym that might have only had 3 or 4 fights that could probably stand these people on their heads. And that's the fact.
So I take it a BWTM and Training Cave promotion with a couple of YouTube fighters trying to sort out their differences across the net. It's not going to happen anytime soon then.
No, 100% ain't going to happen. No. I won't have nothing to do with it. Unless you get into an argument with somebody and I'll train you.
I'll be careful with that. I will pay for that, really. So let's talk about, there's a few other things. Dave Allen. I don't know if you saw Dave fight the other night.
I didn't know. It was one of his coach's 50th birthdays, and I completely missed all the boxing. I'll be honest, I was hammered, and I didn't get on to watch the boxing. So I did watch a little interview with Dave talking after. To me, it sounded like he was sort of making the same old excuses of not training properly and stuff like that. But I hadn't seen the fight, so it's hard for me to comment. What even happened, Ingram? Did you watch it?
It was like the guy I'd never heard of from Argentina, and this guy was catching him. He was making the guy at times look like Muhammad Ali. The guy was doubling up the jab and throwing straight right hands, uppercuts. Dave was taking everything. This guy was literally going 1, 2 down the pipe all the time, uppercuts. I mean, I'm looking at this, I'm thinking to myself, really? This is not making me an easy bout. And this guy's hitting you clean right hands, clean, knocking your head back. And you're like, this can't be right. Dave, I kind of, I don't want to say I feel sorry. You're on Sky TV. You're on a pay-per-view event. And it's kind of bitter and sweet with me for Dave. The sweet thing is he's getting recognized on a pay-per-view platform. That's the positives. That's great. Yeah. It's great exposure, Dave. But then it's all these negatives. Has he been training right? Is he dedicated in the gym, walking forward, taking punches in the face and stopping shots like a goalkeeper? Why? When he could do so much, he's got so much talent there, Dave. It's just so frustrating. And I just feel that maybe not now, but down the road, as you know, with boxing, everyone's got followers and supporters and people that cheer them on when the boxing when you retire and you can't do it no more, not a lot of people seem to care for you. Unless, you know, unless you're very special, people don't care for you. And it's a very sad thing, and it concerns me.
Yeah, you're right there. I saw a quote the other day, Ingram, and I think it's by Angelo Dundee, who says that don't look around, don't look who's around you when you're winning. Look around you, who's around you when you're losing. And all right, he's got all these followers at the moment, which is brilliant, and he's probably making some. Whether he's making decent money, I don't know. I don't know what he'll be making money from, but where are them fans going to be when he does maybe fall flat on his face? But at the moment, he obviously ain't giving himself 100%. He ain't 100%. He ain't putting himself into the sport, is he? But how many times are we going to listen to that? You can't listen to the same excuses over and over again, and you can see it for yourself on the TV when you watch him fight. I mean, I didn't watch him fight, but I could pretty much tell you how it went.
Yeah. He said he was done. He said something like he was done for gas from about round 2. It's not. I mean, that's people are paying money. People are paying. Other people are paying to watch it, but it's a pay-per-view event.
Yeah.
When you think about pay-per-view, I remember Holyfield Tyson pay-per-view. You know, big fight. Lewis Tyson pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Those are in my mind. Then we've got this. No disrespect to Dave, but
well, Chisora and White pay-per-view as well.
Yeah, that's pay-per-view as well. The rematch will be pay-per-view.
But I don't think that should be pay-per-view. To me, that's not a pay-per-view fight. I think they're not even the best 2 heavyweights in England, are they? Anthony Joshua is and Tyson Fury. I can understand them being pay-per-view, but I think White Chisora, they're like an undercard fight to me. I just think it's getting out of hand, innit? I think nearly every fight now is pay-per-view, isn't it? Nearly every fight. Yeah. Every fight that's on TV is pay-per-view. To be fair, I pay for it a lot of time anyway myself, so...
You're moaning about it, you still pay for it.
Yeah. I tried to pay for Bellew at weekend, but I just couldn't get on it. I don't know why. I tried to do it. I couldn't get on, so I missed...
The performance of Alexander Usyk, what did you think?
I still haven't watched it. I haven't watched the fight because I couldn't get the fight loaded up. It won't let me pay for it. I don't know why. I was absolutely gutted, to be honest, because I wanted to watch him. I think this generation of fighters that's coming through from Ukraine, I think they're unbelievable. They're like, superhuman. It's like they've got computers for brains. I think we're being a fly on the wall in their national training camp.
What I am noticing, the Eastern European bloc, or those fighters, they all seem to fight a similar way, and they all seem to be able to pick you off, box you well. I'm not too sure how they do against guys that are dogs. I'm not too sure how they do against the old school dog, which, you know, for cross arm defense and walk you down, rug you, take your best shots, get inside, sit on your chest, and wait you. Them type of fighters. Them throwback fighters against these Ukrainian fighters, then we'd see how good they really are. But a lot of the people that are fighting the Ukrainian guys are not good on the outside. They're supremely good on the outside with great footwork and being able to maneuver. When you've got a guy that can crowd you and get inside and keep pressure on you, and it's on your shoulder or on your chest, it's a different situation. And guys like, you know, Lomachenko and what's the other guy's name? Usyk, all these guys, very talented fighters. Golovkin. Kovalev. When Kovalev was, you wait until he gets on the inside of Kovalev and starts working him. We saw it with Andre Ward. And that is it. Get in on the inside and work. Work the body and get on the inside.
Yeah, you're right. I do think that I do appreciate what they can do. But yeah, you're probably right there. There's always one thing my dad always says to me, there's always somebody bigger and harder in the round corner. And there will be someone waiting in wings. There'll be someone who can work them out.
Absolutely. So, and I think it's because also that there are very few trainer mentors that actually have got great tutelage behind them. So the trainers we've got today, a lot of them are good padmen, but they're not actually trainers, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They don't teach you to fight boxing from inside fighting to outside fighting to lateral movement. A lot of guys you see boxing today, they've only got one game plan. And if that don't work, they're stuck.
Yeah.
How many fights have we seen recently in boxing where fighters have gone in with one game plan and they're getting their head knocked back and they can't adjust? That's why they've lost the fight. And then you've got someone like Floyd Mayweather who can make the adjustments.
Yeah, he's awesome. I remember having a conversation with a coach in our gym. He don't coach out of ours. He was just sort of training a pro in mine, and he used to have his own gym in America, and he's trained a lot of good fighters. And he said to me, he says, you've got to train a fighter at least 3 different ways. So you've got to be able to teach them to fight on the front foot, the back foot, and you've got to be able to teach them to fight in the middle as well when it's needed. He says you've got to have a different plan, and this was coming from. I know he was a good trainer in America. He had a gym in New Jersey and spoke a lot of sense to me, did that, because even out of them 3 different ways of fighting, there's other ways of fighting in them positions as well. And you start to think there's so much more to boxing than just brawlers and boxers. It's smart, it's clever. And I think I do think these Ukrainians at the moment, I think they're probably on top of the game at the moment, but they say they will get found out.
You've got some fan mail, by the way, Jack, before we finish.
Right.
Okay, so Jack, first question is, what's your thoughts on David Haye being the manager of Derek Chisora?
Well, that just shows you, like, all this boxing promoting, doesn't it? That just shows you what it all comes down to. Obviously, for cameras at TV, want it their big fallout, and now the best mates and he's promoting him. They probably sue each other down to the ground, them two. Probably best pals. Not as a promoter, and I'm surprised that Chisora's gone with him, because I don't think Hayes got much of a track record.
Oh, yeah. Joe Joyce has left him. What's that?
They all seem to leave him. Hey, don't they?
Yeah, they do. So
I don't know.
Doesn't bode well for Derek and David. You know, we might get David and Derek too. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe. That won't surprise me. David A can't keep away, can he?
What are your thoughts on the rumoured fight between Callum Smith and Gennady Golovkin, a super middleweight?
Oof. I don't know. Do we reckon? I don't know. I just think it'd be unbelievable if Callum Smith won that fight, but why not? What do you think? I don't know. Golovkin could be on.
I don't know.
No.
Golovkin's taken a lot of beatings over the last 2 fights.
Yeah, I know.
A lot of punishment. He's 36. He could be right for the picking now.
Yeah. I'd love to see Callum Smith do that. I always thought Saunders would beat Golovkin, you know. Billy Joe.
So did I.
Because of his movement but they're at different weights now. Is Golovkin super middle? I think Billy Joe.
No, Golovkin's still at middleweight, so he'd have to move up to fight.
It'll happen that fight then, couldn't
it? Versus Canelo.
What was that?
Rocky Fielding versus Canelo.
Oh God, yeah, that could be I hope he's getting paid well. Where's your British patriotism? Where is it? I'd want a couple of million for getting knocked out by Canelo. No, I'm only joking. I hope he puts up a good showing, but I think these levels in boxing, isn't there?
Yeah, we can tell you won't be getting.
Canelo is a world superstar, isn't he?
We can tell you won't be getting a job with Sky anytime soon.
I hope they don't sit me next to Rocky Fielding.
Okay. Next up. Oh, close to home for you. This one. Brampton versus Warrington, the Leedsman. And from Yorkshire, Josh Warrington defends against Carlframpton.
I'd love Warrington to do it. I think it's. I think it's same. I don't think you can write Warrington off after beating Selby. I always thought Selby were going to beat him. I like Josh. I'm mates with Josh. He used to come and spar in our gym when I was pro and stuff. And I used to work with his father-in-law, and I really like him, and I hope he wins this fight. And I would tell him to his face. I always thought Selby were going to beat him. I'd have always said that Frampton had beat him, but now I just don't know. I don't think you can write Josh off. I think his dad, who is also his coach, is a clever man.
Very good. Strategy was perfect. Yeah, that's a tasty fight. Another fight in your neck of the woods. I think finally the two men from up your end have going to sort out their dust up. Brook and Khan.
Yeah, I wish it had happened a few years ago. I'd have to back Brook with that, but I do think it's an interesting fight. I think Khan's speed, but Brook's timing and power in it. But I think they're both shot in their own ways. Anyway, I think they both need each other. But I wish it had happened a couple of years ago when they were in the prime. I can't believe that Brook's like Dom Ingle, to be honest. But that's probably another conversation.
But I do notice that some of these fighters, these mature fighters who have been around the world or world titles, they tend to leave their trainers, managers, promoters to go their own way and do their own thing, mostly because of money. Yeah. They feel they get to a point where they know they've outgrown and they want to go their own way. Your thoughts?
Yeah, we've spoke about this a couple of times in gym because obviously a lot of people are big boxing fans. They know what I think of the Ingles and stuff, so it's been brought up a few times. And I think that if a coach, say Kell Brook has been with the Ingles since a little boy, if they're taking, I don't know, 25, 30%, I don't know what they take. If Brook's getting paid $2 million for Khan fight, probably getting paid more, and he's thinking, I'm going to give 600 grand to my trainer, I don't want to do that. I want to give 100 grand to somebody who can just take me on pads. I think it's a bit selfish of him because that trainer's taking you from absolutely nothing. As a young boy, driving you up and down country for free, training you probably for next to no. And I think them trainers deserve that money. It must take an unbelievable trainer to take somebody from nothing to become a world level star like Kell Brook. And unless there's been a fallout, if it's about money, then I think that's a bad way to go about things. I think he's treating poorly if it's about money, but I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. But I think if it is about money, I think that's disgusting. Because he needs to. You should never forget where you've come from.
Interesting, very interesting. You say that, but you'll see a lot of fighters doing this.
Yeah.
The talent you claim Dave Allen has. Any examples of it? That's not me. That's somebody asking the question.
Right.
So,
can you call having a good chin talent or power talent? I don't know, but I don't see a great deal of skill. Maybe these things come from. These comments might come from sparring stories or from people within the gym. Maybe they might be seeing things in the gym. They might be seeing this skill in the gym. But what people are seeing on Fight Night is just a tough guy, aren't they? A tough guy that can punch a bit. Is there much really? Is there anything ever really commented on his skill?
The durability, really.
Yeah, that's it. It's not really a skill, is it? That's more of it's like an attribute. It's like being fit, isn't it? Like being fit or powerful. It's not skill, is it? It's not. That's just like brute strength.
Yeah. Krola Lomachenko. That's a fight that we all want to see, don't we? That's pay-per-view early, don't you think?
Do you think?
Absolutely not. At least it's time. It's want to go 12 rounds.
Well, someone were on about this last night in gym as well, and they were on about saying Linares has already beaten Crawler twice, hasn't it? And
Yeah.
Lomachenko has beaten Linares, so maybe it's because I hope Crawler's getting paid well for that fight. It's going to be a long night, isn't it?
I hope not. I can't watch Collar for 12 rounds. As painful as it is watching him for
No.
12 rounds. No disrespect me, it's very painful watching Collar fight.
No, it's crackers fight, is that, to be honest? But fair play to him.
Yeah, good luck to him. What are your thoughts on Hughie Fury, his performance against Kubrat Pulev? I interviewed James Elibashir, the former trainer of Alexander Usyk and assistant trainer to Vladimir Klitschko. He said that Hughie Fury is not going to go any further in his career. He thinks that's it. He's not going to get any better than he is at the moment. Maybe you get a little better, but he generally hasn't got what it takes to be a world-class fighter. What are your thoughts on this?
I'll be honest, Ingram, it's hard for me to comment. I didn't watch the fight, but I did watch him fight. You know, for the British title.
Yes, against Sexton.
I didn't see anything there that made me think it could be world level. And I'll be honest, it's hard for me to comment really because I missed that fight. So
yeah. But as a fighter that's 24 years old, my theory is if you put 5 years on him or 8 years on him, he'll become a better fighter. Is that true, or is that maybe hoping a bit?
It's what? Sorry, cut off a little bit then.
Is that hoping that, you know, when you say like fighter could be like, you know, you say to a fighter is like he's 25, he's 24, 25 now, that he can actually improve 4 to 5 years and make that jump from being European class to world class. Can that happen?
I think so, yeah, because he's only young and he's probably not, he might not be even fully matured as in his brain yet as an adult. You don't know what he's like in gym. I think you can get yourself out there sparring different champions and stuff like that in the gym, and surely you will learn. I'm reading Johnny Nelson's book at the moment, and obviously he turned the things around in his career, didn't he, towards the back end. And I read about him going out to Germany and stuff like that and sparring out there in gyms, and he learnt his trade a lot out there, sparring with champions and stuff. So I still think at 24-year-old he still could learn a lot more, and maybe he will win a world title one day. Might get lucky and there might be a path that opens up for him. He's already fought. Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Somebody's asking about amateur boxing. How many fights do you think an amateur boxer should have in a year, in your opinion?
I think that depends on individual. There's some lads in my gym that I think could fight every week. I think I could ring them tomorrow and I think they'd fight that night. There's other ones that could probably only fight a couple of times a year because they've got a different mentality. They just need a bit longer to learn in between fights. I think it completely depends. You've got lads at international level that are fighting all the time. They'll fight 3 times in a weekend in international tournaments. I think it depends on the individual.
Okay.
He's put a mind I think he's had 6 already, and we're only in like his 3rd or 4th month this season. He's had 6 fights already.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. We're going to bring it to a close now. We've had you for well over an hour. I probably expected, I got more out of you than I thought I would, and I know you've got other things to get on with. So, Jack, Jack, do you have anything finally to say before we end this?
No, just thanks again, Ingram. Thanks for everything that you do for us. And we're looking forward to seeing you on the 1st as well.
Absolutely looking forward to see you down on the 1st. And thank you so much. Appreciate it. And we look forward to seeing you on the 1st.
Yeah.
Finally, one more time to remind folks that have been watching about your show.
Yeah, so our show, the Training Cave's first amateur boxing show, the first ever amateur boxing show on the Training Cave. Lucy's down here now. 1st of December at Brain and Brawn Fitness in Morley, Leeds. It's doors will open at 6. Boxing starts at 7. It's £12 a ticket, and you could be seeing the next Anthony Joshua. You never know. So come down and have a look.
Jack Sunderland, thank you so much for talking to BWTM Sports.
Thank you, Ingram.
Much appreciated.
Cheers, bud.